Hey friends, you're listening to the None But Curious podcast, a space for nuns, agnostics, and nothing in particulars. We are okay with not knowing, and we're inspired by each other, art, nature, and everyday moments. I'm really happy you're here. Let's go explore. The other day I woke up and it was a gorgeous morning and I wanted to go berry picking, and it ended up being a fantastic day. Even though I woke the teenagers up and gave them about an hour's notice that we were going to go out berry picking in the morning before noon, it was great. I enjoy being with my family, and those moments are fleeting. And just going out to the berry farm, the drive there, having conversations, getting to the farm, walking outside in the sun with the breeze, it was just amazing. It was ordinary, but it was amazing. And even walking down the rows with the bushes of blueberries and raspberries, it helped me feel connected to something from my past. I don't even know. I didn't really go into it. It just felt normal, primal. I'm not sure. I felt disconnected in a good way. I felt disconnected from the internet, from my phone, from the day-to-day. And picking berries off the bush is really relaxing. You talk about primal, there seems to be an instinct when it comes to picking berries. You can tell when a berry is ready to be picked off the branch because it doesn't give any resistance. And I mean, it's also blue if it's a blueberry, or it's red if it's a raspberry, depending on the fruit. And you can smell the sweetness. But just by touch, just that quick instinct without even thinking about it, if the berry doesn't want to go, it doesn't go. Unless you really yank on it, which my toddler was doing. But he amused himself and he had a great time. So we brought the berries home and froze most of them. I absolutely love blueberries, so made sure that those were taken care of promptly. Wasn't really sure what to do with the raspberries. I have oral allergy syndrome, so there are certain fruits and vegetables I cannot eat raw. I have to process them. And I wasn't really sure what to do with the raspberries, so I froze a few of them, quite a good amount, I would say, for the kids to use for smoothies or what have you. And then I left the remaining raspberries sitting on the counter for, I think, 2 days in a bowl before I attempted to make jam. That's what I finally decided on. So when I reached into the bowls to put the berries into the pot to start making jam, I noticed mold was already growing on some of them, and a good lot of them had already started to break down into like a sludgy goo. Ew, ew, ew. So I went ahead and made jam with the berries that I could recover. It's more like a syrup, and I think it's because I didn't have enough berries, and how many seeds are in raspberries? I didn't realize just how seedy those fruits are. So essentially, I made a $15 jar of seedy syrup. Okay, so I'm telling you all of this because as I was processing the jam, I was thinking about how emotions are like berries. So just talked about that if berries are on the bush and they offer resistance, they're not ready yet to be released. And the same goes with emotions. You can tug at a person and try to get them to share their feelings, but no matter how much you ask or nag, they're not going to share if they're not ready. And if someone is poking at you and asking you what's wrong, what's going on, can you tell me what's up? If you're not ready to release it, you're just not going to, and you're actually probably going to shut down or close off even more. On the same token, some emotions may release ever so quickly, and you might have so many feelings all at once that you become wicked overwhelmed. So, like the berries, the emotions can sit on a shelf or a countertop while you decide what to do with them. But there's an art to this. If you wait just a smidge too long, the berries will start getting icky and they could make you sick. Just as well, if you push emotions aside for too long, it might be more difficult to sort them out, and they too can also make you sick. So, did I learn how long I can leave berries on the counter? You bet. A day. 1 day at best. And with being pulled in 12 different directions at different times, I tend to forget what day it is. So they sat for 2 days. I'm pretty sure it was at least 2 days. At least, maybe 3. I really can't recall. So just like berries, if you give yourself a day to let feelings be, you can do whatever it is that feels right to get yourself in a place so that you can process the emotions. But you don't want them to sit longer than a day, because then the decay sets in quickly and it gets really, really icky. Ugh. Hey, thanks for listening. Let's keep this conversation going. Share your stories with our None But Curious Facebook group, or you can also follow our Instagram at None But Curious, or email Candy at nonebutcurious.org if you want to share your ideas and thoughts. Until next time, stay curious.